Welcome back to the Ramble Room. We upload Fridays and Mondays at 12 Central. If you miss our other podcasts, they are on Spotify and YouTube. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video, and also follow us and rate us on Spotify. First up, we have, black holes, as you can tell, which is,
Yeah, this one's a little bit old, but um I mean, I don't think we've ever seen this happen before.
I've never heard about this. I didn't know this was possible. But the
Yeah,
fact that it just turns back on,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
so if it turns itself off and it becomes more invisible because, black holes are already not easy to see, but most of them are found because they're eating a planet or a star or whatever. How more dangerous is a black hole if it's not eating anything?
yeah. Or I mean, as a matter of fact, how dangerous is a black hole that can turn itself off and turn itself back on?
It's like a light switch, man. It's like a vacuum
No,
cleaner. There
yeah.
you go. It's a vacuum cleaner.
No, literally. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how long it had been off for, but I mean,
Yeah, because if it was like 15 minutes, okay, maybe it just wasn't
yeah.
eating at that point. But if it was like, 20 years and then just reappeared to be turned back on, how dangerous really are black holes if they can just turn on and off with ease?
Yeah, I kind of skimmed through the article while you were talking, and what what it seems like that they think happened is there was a star that was orbiting around this black hole and eventually got sucked in and exploded, obviously, and it kind of like kick-started the black hole again, kind of like the starter of a car, pretty much, which is crazy to think about because if those kind of things can happen, you know, I mean, that could happen like anywhere in the universe, and
Yeah,
that might be happening like way more than what we think.
yeah, that may be just the first time we've been able to see it. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
what's the chances that a black hole appears behind our sun and we end up finding it and we're like, oh, it's dormant, whatever. And then it gets too close and it starts eating that sun up and then just turns back on. Well, because, well, you might as
yeah,
well just not
and
even
then
try
it
holding on tight at all because it's over.
yeah, it just sucks everything. It just sucks the entire the entire solar system up, bro.
just
It's like a
like,
really strong vacuum cleaner.
like, why are we not just, using it to throw trash in, Gosh, it's free.
No, yeah, that's where all the space trash is going.
Apparently, I think it's just mind blowing that black holes actually do exist. Because it's like something that quite literally sucks up everything in its path. Doesn't matter what you are. You could be this planet that weighs trillions and trillions of whatever, I guess pounds. I don't know what they measure it in or tons, whatever.
Yeah,
And it just moves it with ease. It's like, and those are like some of the small black holes, like theory is there's a big central black hole at every galaxy. What would happen if one day all these black holes merge together?
yeah,
Every
just something
galaxy is done.
happens. Yeah,
Like
it just destroys everything.
they're so. I don't know. I kind of wish we knew more about it, like black
Yeah,
holes at least, because there's not. I mean, obviously there's not much to know about them, but like, how in the world is this thing even possible to happen? Because it's not like
I
a.
mean, it's a star exploding and then it turns itself into a vacuum that has no sound, no light, just nothing.
And to make it even worse, we don't even know what happens to that material. Like, there's
Yeah,
multiple theories. Like, you can technically enter a black hole, which we don't know. Scientists think you would just get, torn to pieces and your atoms and all that. But, like,
yeah.
how would you know that? Because we've never entered one. So
Or
it's
would it
like,
be like, how they did it in Interstellar?
exactly. And let's say it does tear everything apart and all that. Then why do some black holes spit stuff out? See what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. Because then where does that light and all that go? How is it okay in there?
There's so much about black holes we don't even know about, and I mean, when will we ever know enough? You know?
Like, you know what, NASA, you ever listen to this podcast right here? Send me in the black hole. We'll see what happens.
No, yeah, let me in there. Let me on that telescope.
Let me in there.
I'll
I'll
see
go
what I
in
can
there.
find.
You know what? Just give me a few equipments, walk me through what I got to do, and I'll figure it out. You know, who knows? Maybe that's where the key to the universe exists. You never know. I mean, you just
You got to
don't
get
know.
somebody with no science expertise to come in there and figure it out. You know,
got that gamer brain. It's different than scientist brain.
We've seen we've played games, we've seen movies. We know
we know what
how
to do. Scientists don't. That's the problem. They're just lacking on that front.
Yeah. I mean, this is crazy that it can just come back to life like this. And I mean, maybe this is like a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, maybe it's not
type thing.
Very common. It's like maybe the black hole was on like the verge of just being done, and that little bit of light and energy and all that it sucked up, it was able to get enough energy to live again. But like, is that how that works, or is it we thought it was fully turned off, but maybe it isn't actually ever really turned off? It was just nothing was around it really, and so we just couldn't tell if anything was getting sucked into it. I mean, I have no idea. It is definitely an interesting topic. You could talk about black holes for, I feel like, hours, just theories that you have about it, or I mean, I don't know. There's just so many things about black holes that no one will ever know.
It almost feels endless.
Get it? Because they're black holes. Get it? That's a joke. That's pretty funny.
Those are fun. You can even make puns about them.
Like, yeah, see, you can do anything about them.
You know, I mean, I guess we can follow up on black holes with these couple pictures that NASA found, and I mean,
it's a fishy.
I mean, yeah, they kind of look like shapes and pictures.
The one at the bottom looks like a really fat goldfish.
Yeah.
One on the top left looks like a, what would that even look like? Looks like a bagel. I don't know.
I mean, it low-key looks like a firework.
Like, like one of those fireworks. The one on the right, I have no idea how to explain that. If you're on Spotify, I honestly have no idea how to help you with that imagery. Like, at all. Like,
which these are...
Were they captured by James Webb, though? Yeah, James Webb Telescope.
Yeah, one of them, yeah. One of them was the James Webb Telescope. Which they turn them into sound, I think?
See, I find that so interesting. How do you sit there and think of that? Like, if I do this, you can actually hear what they sound like. Well, how do you do that? Who sat there? Maybe that's why they're scientists and we're not, Wyatt. But that's probably what it is.
That's probably right.
My theory would be, let's throw something in a black hole that makes big explosions and see what it does.
Yeah.
I
mean, they say this one's not a black hole yet.
Oh, so the big circular-ish one is not a black hole?
Yeah, this one in the top left. And then this one in the top right...
I have no idea how to explain that.
It's a double system, they say.
Double
containing a star like our sun in orbit with either a neutron star or a black hole. So I'm guessing this bright light in the middle is orbiting around a black hole.
Yeah, that'll eventually get sucked up in a black hole.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on how strong the force is.
But I wonder, is the sounds of them on here? Because if so, I can just unmute.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay, let me unmute so people can hear.
Oh, it's for all three of them.
All right, let's listen to these bad boys. WR124.
Dang!
Now, I'm not an expert. That sounded actually kind of nice.
That did sound really nice. It almost
Like,
doesn't even sound real.
that one did not sound bad at all. It sounded like someone was just
It sounded
playing
like something
music.
yeah, like a flute. Yeah, it even says it. Heard as flutes and background stars as bells.
Oh, I bet you the
That is
next one's gonna
actually
be
so cool.
horrifying. Is this the goldfish? Yeah, like the fish
It's the
one.
fishy looking one. I hope it
Oh,
doesn't play it really loud.
I hope not either. Water. Oh Lord.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Wow. That one was kind of cool,
This
actually.
one, I think this next one, Centaurus A. Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
goldfish one. If you want to look up an image, it is called SS433. So if you're on Spotify and you
Yeah.
don't know what they look like, look up SS433 and it will probably pop up. More than
Yep.
likely.
And then the first one that was extremely loud at the beginning is WR124.
The
And I mean,
next
it looks like
one,
something out of like
it looks like you're at a
an
fireworks
anime
show.
or
Like you
something.
went to like
Yeah.
Disney or something. They're shooting fireworks that
Yeah.
night. Like that. That's kind of what it gives me vibes of. And the next one is Centaurus A. Centarus and then A. Don't know how to explain what this one looks like.
This one just sounds like wind chimes.
Yeah, wind chimes and a tornado's happening in the background. Which I know you can actually. There is, I think, audio for a black hole, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's pretty creepy, but I I guess I wouldn't expect anything different because of the fact that, well, one, it's a black hole, and two, it's a black hole. I mean, let's be honest here. It's a black hole. What do you
Yeah.
expect it to sound like? I don't really see. Did NASA never post it anywhere?
I guess it's not posted by NASA. It's just, I mean, this one's CBS. So, I mean,
CBS
I can
News.
play it.
Yeah, you can play it. If I have to mute it or whatever, it's fine.
To me,
It
this
sounds
sounds
like a world
like,
eater. Oh yeah.
yeah, or like sound is just being distorted
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. Sounds like
That's pretty much what that sounds like to
someone
me.
made a beat and the bass is so extreme you can hear nothing else.
Yeah.
Like
But I mean,
it's
this is really cool because I don't think, I mean, I've never heard of them doing this.
well, I wonder if their plan is any new galaxy or new star system or whatever they find, their plan is to always give it audio because I mean, like that first one was pretty cool sounding. The second one sounded like water and some like bells or something. I don't even know how to explain it. But the first one definitely sounded like a I don't know, something you would hear at like the end of a movie or something. Like it was like an insane scene
Yeah.
and it just is calming down. I don't know. It's
Let's
definitely
listen to it again.
kind of giving me interstellar vibes.
It does. It really does. That's kind of the vibe I get from that.
I mean, it does sound pretty cool though. I hope they just
I
do that
didn't
with
even know things like
everything.
this were possible.
Yeah, that's what I've always been confused about is like the potential that technology has that we have now. How much crazier would this be in, 60, 70, 80 years
Yeah.
with stuff like that? Like it could be one of those things that we're able to start collecting actual like sound audio from specific things and not in a way make audio, because I don't know how that's
Yeah.
really made, but either way, it is kind of cool. It's
No, yeah, it really is. And I mean, I'm sure eventually one day we'll get to a point where we wouldn't have to, I guess, turn it into like music in a way to be able to hear it, and we just hear like the raw audio from it.
yeah, because I mean,
But
you don't know what they've had to do. They could have had to pitch some stuff up so you can hear it, but had to pitch this down because if you
yeah,
didn't, it's too loud. I mean, who knows?
yeah,
You just don't know what they have to do to be able to get the outcome of something like that, which is neat, but also kind of scary. Because, like the black hole one, for example, it just sounds menacing, even though you know it is because it's a black hole. I mean, there's nothing you
yeah,
can do about it,
right.
but it's one of those things that if they can somehow get audio, like real life audio, somehow, I mean, I know, like, Earth has like an audio to it, or like planets have audios to them. We're able to capture those with certain special things, but they can't really do that with galaxies because they're massive, obviously, or star systems because they're too big. But it'd be cool one day to
Yeah.
be able to get it.
I mean, eventually we're gonna get to a point where we can just where we can just send like probes into black holes and get stuff that way. I mean, obviously that's probably gonna happen like way after we're already gone, but
Oh, without a
to
doubt.
think that one day we'll get to a point where we can just send it into the black hole and receive stuff, it's I mean, like I said earlier, the possibilities are endless.
I mean, it's just like the what is it called? A Dyson sphere, I think. It's you could probably look up images if that's what it's even called. I'm not for sure. I want to say it's called Dyson sphere.
Dice here.
And yes, that's it. So the best way to put it is if you're on Spotify and you can't see the image, is you pretty much put giant solar panels around the sun, and then you send that power from those solar panels to like Earth, for example. Which, I mean, there's been a few theories about if aliens do exist. There's been a sun that people have been looking at for a long time, and it flickers like there's something going in front of it. So there's a couple theories out there that aliens have already made them. Which,
Yeah.
yes, technically we can make it now. I remember watching a video about it because they've always piqued my curiosity. We could technically make one now to harvest energy. The only problem is it would probably ruin the light and how the earth is now, because you would technically receive less sunlight, but also it would cost quadrillions of dollars, not trillions, quadrillions of dollars to be able to make.
That we don't even really have.
Yeah, we don't have that. Just to be able to make a few to get a few around it. So it's like, be a cool idea, but if we were at light speed or something, then I mean, yeah, you could definitely make some, because the problem with it is you don't want to ruin your sun, because if you do, Earth could potentially get destroyed because it's not getting any sunlight,
Yeah.
or enough sunlight at least.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool concept, but is it able to be applied right now? Probably not.
Yeah, because you'd
But
also have to make like
knowing that we
spaceships to
could make
get
it,
them to the sun. You'd have to
yeah,
make equipment that can withstand the people putting it together and all that. So, I mean,
yeah.
unlikely, but you never know.
But I mean, knowing the fact that we could still make it is still a really cool thing.
It is really cool to think about.
Yeah. But I
Hubble.
mean, the Hubble, I mean, probably the GOAT telescope, really, in the space world,
Wait, lurking
or one of the
600
GOATs.
million light years away, within the inky black depths between stars, there is an invisible monster gulping down any wayward star that plummets toward it. That's what a way
I
to,
mean, I don't.
Start
I don't
that.
know what's scarier, the fact that it's moving around or the fact that you can't even see it.
Yeah, and the thing is I understand, 600 million light years away is crazy, but like,
You gotta think of how fast those things move, you
yeah,
know?
I mean, if it's moving however it really wants to, I mean, 600 million light years, depending on the speed too. I mean, it can get here pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that actually real images?
I don't know. I think these are
Oh, right there, artist
artist.
concept. Yeah,
Yeah, these are artist concepts, so they're not like real pictures, but
could you imagine if
they're
they
made
were?
by an artist. That's what they think they look like anyway.
That one on the
Which that would be
bottom
kind of,
left with it like ripping a star completely apart is kind of
yeah, and
crazy.
spinning all the gas around. That's kind of crazy.
I wonder. Well, see, when it's. Oh, wait. Oh, my gosh. So, real quick, I was telling Wyatt to change his background because we are talking about space stuff. Do you notice something, Wyatt, in the bottom right?
Talking about this.
Yeah. Was that not one of the options on Wallpaper Engine?
You know, that might have been actually, or it was something really similar to this picture.
So the picture is pretty much just two sunlight things in the distance, and that's
Yeah,
pretty much all it is. But
but it looks exactly like this picture almost, except like the light that comes towards you is a little bit brighter, I think.
dude,
That might be the same exact picture. That's funny. That's actually really funny.
I didn't even realize that for a second.
No,
Weighing
yeah,
a
I didn't
hundred
either.
million times the mass of the sun.
I mean, that's heavy.
Wait,
Let's
that said
see.
only 2,600 something away.
I mean,
Dang,
what even is this number?
it is. The
Uh,
volume of the sun is
300.
so huge that it could hold over 1 million Earths.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a pretty hefty thing. This is the sun. If you're telling me that this black hole is, what was it, like a million times, or what did it say, 1,000 times or something bigger than our sun?
let's go back and see exactly what it says. It says
100 million
100
times the
million.
mass.
So it's 100 million this
Times,
number.
yeah, so whatever that number, if you're a math whiz, 2.192 times 10 to the 27th power, and then you would
That
times
number
that
in tons.
by, what was it, 100 million?
100 million, yeah.
So if you're a math whiz,
I mean,
let us know
it's a
what.
huge number.
And can you like dumb it down? We're not the smartest, so if you give us the exact same number, like I don't know how big 2.9192 blah 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 10 to 27th is. Like how many tons is that actually? Give me the
I mean,
full number.
I did math like this in high school, but I mean, that's been a good 4 years since I've
I'll
done
be
this kind of math.
I'll be
So
completely honest. I really didn't pay attention in high school because didn't think it was really important. But that's for a different podcast episode.
that is pretty funny. But no, yeah, it's been a long time since I've done any kind of math like that. But I know that this is 10 with 27 more zeros after it. So,
So
you know,
like it's a
it's
pretty
a big
big thing, boy.
it's a big number, a number that I don't even know the to.
Yeah, like how would you even compare that to something? Like it would, if you're a math whiz again, tell us how many elephants that is, or tell us how many 18 wheelers, something. Like what is that
Yeah,
compared to?
something that we can make, the common person understand.
Someone that doesn't have the brain power of a squirrel, may not need this, but we, since we do have the brain power of squirrels, will need this. So let us
Yeah,
know, because I'm actually
we'll need
curious.
we'll need some assistance.
Assistance. It's like the
But yeah, I
buttons
mean,
at Lowe's whenever you need help. They never help.
no, they take their sweet time getting there.
I swear. Oh gosh.
Oh, let's see, what is this?
A
Hubble Space
flashlight.
Telescope image of a distant galaxy that is host to a telltale signature of a roaming supermassive black hole.
You know what
Uh,
the Hubble always reminds me of?
What's that?
It's like it's kind of like the first child, right? Moved out, whatever, blah blah blah, and then an absolute stud of the second child comes out, and that's the James Webb. I don't know how to explain that. If you don't know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, but like to me, it feels like
The first one has all the experience, and it's like the wise one
yeah,
now.
and
And then you
then
have the second one, it's like an up and coming,
yeah,
bigger potential than the first.
like it's like the first kid became like, I don't know, like a nurse. The second kid became like a doctor and a lawyer at the same time, in 1 year, like an absolute unit. I wonder,
But yeah,
if there's any plans for another telescope after the James Webb, or is it like, because I mean,
I mean,
let's be honest,
surely, right?
James Webb's images are, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Like if I know whenever he was leaving our solar system, it took pictures of stuff, and then they compared it to the Hubble images, and it was just absurd. It was like night and day. Like, look at that.
There we go. Let's look at
It's
some of the pictures it's taken before.
Yeah, because I know when the Hubble left the solar system, it took it to a few pictures of stuff, and then James Webb copied the same thing. Because
Oh,
obviously,
here we go. Here's a good comparison right here. The same thing. This is
yeah.
the Hubble. This is the Webb.
So if you're on Spotify and you can't see these images, on the left is Hubble, and it's just imagine something in space, a bunch of stars, a collection of stars, and it's blue. Pretty much blue, and you just see more stars in the background. The Webb, though, you can see actual details. It's not blue, actually. It's like purple and pink and orange and a little bit of red in there, and it's like you can see the actual details of it. Now, how long did it take them to understand what has to be done to make the James Webb? We'll never know. But like James
The
Webb,
comparison's like black and white pictures compared to the first colored picture that came out. You
yeah,
know?
that's best way to describe it. Because I mean, yeah, the one on the left, Hubble's is, I mean, it's pretty, but like the one on the right is like, this is like 720p versus 4K.
Yeah,
That's the
that,
best way to
that's
describe it. Like one's in 720p, the other one's in 4K, and it just shows you so much. Because I mean, it's definitely two different types of images. Really, it looks like two different things,
yeah, yeah.
which is kind of cool. But
But um, I mean,
taking entire pictures of galaxies is also absurd.
just
Well, oh,
here we
that's
go.
it.
Here's another Webb and Hubble one
Yeah, like
of
the
the
Hubble
same
one is
galaxy.
crazy looking, and but like if you look at it, it's like whited out, and the only thing you really see is like the galaxy band in the middle.
It's like the Webb is able to like catch the colors more. Like the lens is better to catch the colors with,
Yeah,
and the Hubble's like good for just taking a picture of it.
yeah. Like Hubble used a Nokia, camera,
Yeah,
one of those
it's like
1980 ones,
yeah,
and it's
like
cool.
the Webb is an iPhone. The Hubble's like a BlackBerry
Yeah.
or your flip phone.
Which the one on the right there
This
is,
one.
yeah, I remember reading about that. It's not new, but it's the two galaxies that are gonna be, I mean, I think it's
Are
pretty
they
old.
merging?
Yeah, they're merging, and
They kind of look like two hurricanes.
it kind of does because of the white. Which,
Yeah.
speaking about two galaxies merging, if you're not up to date much on space, oh look at the one on the left. They have a comparison. So right, the one that looks like two hurricanes merging was Hubble. The one on the left, you
Yeah.
can see all the blue and the oranges
Yeah,
and
you
like,
can. It literally looks like there's the star in the middle and like their sun, and then the blue is like the plasma from the other stars or the gas from
which
the
you
other
can
stars.
tell they
Like,
are getting closer to merging. Because if you look at that right image, it's like inching its way in. On
yeah,
the left, it's
yeah,
like a little bit in.
yeah, they're
It's like
getting
getting
closer
there.
and closer. Which I don't know how far apart those were taken. So
Oh, look at that one.
I mean, is this not the same one? It kind of looks like the same one.
Kind of close, I think.
Let's see. IC
The
2163, NGC
2160.
22. Yeah,
Yeah,
same one.
just had more
Same one.
vibrant colors in it.
It's
It's
like
probably because it got closer.
higher res image.
But the Milky Way is gonna get hit with another galaxy. If you're listening to this now, you won't be alive to see it happen. Okay, this is like hundreds and hundreds of billions of years from now. But it's called like the Adronima or Astronom, whatever it was called. And in like 20 billion years, it's gonna be in the night sky so big that you won't even be able to see the moon, and it's like insane.
Man, we'll be long gone. We'll
Yeah,
be watching that
we'll be
from
dirt. We'll be dirt.
yeah. We'll be bones. Probably not even bones. We'll probably be dust.
Yeah, we'll just be dust. We won't even exist. I mean, who knows? In billions of years from now, Earth may not even be here anymore. You never know.
Yeah, I mean that's also very true. We'll be watching from the confines of wherever we end up
Yeah.
after we pass.
When NASA's learning from the biggest geomagnetic storm in 20 years.
Which
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh, this is kind of new. May of last year.
Yeah,
But
May of last year, but I think
oh wait, no,
these
no, no.
things kind of
They
take a
were
while.
on May 10th. It was just published today
Yeah.
or yesterday, Friday, May 9th. So yeah, this
So
was
this is over a year of years
whatever
work.
they were doing. Yeah.
Let me see how long this video is. 4-minute video. I don't know if we want to watch it.
A year ago today. See, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. They ran through a scenario. Okay.
plan was to run through a hypothetical scenario, finding where our existing processes worked and where they needed improvement. Okay, so they were pretty much just testing. Like, what were they testing? Were they testing NASA stuff or just real world like phones and all that?
Oh, okay. So before they were using like a like a simulation to see what would happen if we did encounter a big geomagnetic storm, and then one actually happens.
Oh, that was already last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was. I
And
remember that.
this is what they're learning from it. I mean,
That's
it didn't like do any crazy damage, but
Yeah, because I remember people like, "Oh, your phone may go out for a week, or Wi-Fi may go out for
yeah,
a week," and then it hits, and it was nothing changed. And it was like the
right.
biggest one to ever hit the Earth, or whatever it was. And it is what it is. But why you lying to me like that?
No, yeah. I
Oh, they
mean,
were testing it with tractors too.
this is what actually happened from the storm, which I don't know. It just says Midwest, so I don't know like what states these are, but caused transformers to overheat, GPS guided tractors to go off course.
Oh my God, Interstellar all over again.
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I read that.
If you've never seen Interstellar, after you finish this podcast episode, go watch it.
No, yeah, it's one of the best movies I think I've ever watched.
Like, biggest brain director and all that I've ever seen, dude. I wish I had that level of brain activity. Oh, there's a slide? Oh, so you go
Uh,
to so this is what it looked like.
oh, okay. This is what it looked like before the storm.
A bunch of planes
This is what it looked like.
and
Oh,
still a bunch of planes.
they like
Oh,
rerouted them
yeah, if you look at that middle section, it's like they weren't going up and over anymore. They were going kind of
like
straight.
straight across, and then after they kind of have to turn.
Yeah, weird.
That is very weird.
What is that? It looks like a Minecraft painting. During the storm, Earth's
Oh, it heated up part of the atmosphere.
that's always good. Oh, it surpassed 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to
I
go
mean, it heated
translate
up
that to
900
Celsius real quick?
degrees. Sure.
Yeah. Let's go look up for the Celsius people here. 2100 degrees Celsius
It's
is
1148
48 point.
degrees Celsius.
We'll just say 1149. We'll just round up. 1149 Celsius
A
is
lot.
21. Yeah, that's pretty hot.
It's the,
That's pretty hot.
it's the easy answer. It's a lot.
It's
It's
a
a
lot.
big. It's
You
a
touch,
big
you lose the
degree.
finger. You know, that's the level of
Yeah.
heat they're at.
Like it gets incinerated pretty
Which
much.
I mean, on the thing is, those they always talk about these geostorms and blah blah blah. But a lot of people, when they read about that, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get hit, blah 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 blah." But they don't understand the moon takes up a lot of that because normally when they hit us, the moon's in the way, so the moon eats it for us. Which salute to the moon, which is slowly drifting away from us, by the way. But salute
Yeah,
to the
I've seen
moon.
that.
It does eat up most of the radiation from the storms and all that, which is, respect, homie. You're sacrificing yourself, but it's neat and all that. But I don't think a storm from the sun, solar flare, whatever it would be, I think there's no medium. It's not going to harm us or
It
everything's
will.
going on meltdown, like
Yeah.
everything is gone. It's one of the two. I don't
I
think there's
mean,
going to be a happy medium there.
this is a really cool picture.
Yeah, the pretty lights. There's some pretty lights right there. Hey,
I mean, it's just.
how's that work? The sun right there, boy. I still see stars. That is a fancy camera if you're able to see them stars with the sun out. Like,
No, yeah.
it's still like
Yeah.
11 o'clock right
But
there.
what the heck is going on here? There's a glitch on the moon.
Oh, that's the side it hit the moon on, I guess. Or is that Earth?
Oh, maybe that is Earth. Why
Animated.
does that Earth look so weird?
Oh, no, that's across Mars. It says across
Oh,
Mars night side. So actually, Mars protected us. Respect Mars, dog.
like,
Because the moon didn't help us at all. It was
I
Mars.
mean, I guess that's why we want to go to Mars so bad. They helping us out. We gonna help them out. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
that's
this was actually on the rover.
You can see the
Charged
storm.
particles from the sun hitting one of the navigation cameras.
I mean, there is hardly any atmosphere, if any, on Mars. So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
it definitely would affect Mars more than it hurt, affect us, just because of the fact that our atmosphere. I mean, if it burns up asteroids, okay, let's just be honest. It's going to take a lot for the sun to do something to at least damage. Oh my God, look at that. They would have received a radiation dose. If you were on Mars when this happened, you would have received a radiation dose of 8,100 micrograys. I don't know, equivalent to 30 chest X-rays.
I mean, just imagine taking 30 X-rays at one time.
Dude, that's insane.
I mean, wow.
30 chest X-rays. I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. That just blew my mind.
I can't even remember something about Mars's atmosphere.
Oh yeah,
That's
since
all I
it's
remember.
non-existent and Earth has one, I feel like even if it was a pretty big solar flare or whatever came from the sun, it's not likely that you'd be able to do enough damage that would significantly break us for a short period of time. But it also has to go through what X amount of planets, some moons, and this, that, and the other asteroids possibly. If one just went by the Earth, I don't know. I'm just shooting air balls.
Theorizing, yeah.
I
What I mean, I wonder how crazy it feels to step foot on somewhere that's not the Earth. You know what I mean? Like how did they feel stepping on the moon for the first time?
Well, see, no, I'm not gonna make the joke because it probably offends somebody. But
Yeah.
I think it'd just be crazy to even not even go on another planet, just leave Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Could you
Just hit 0
imagine?
G.
When you can just unbuckle that seatbelt and you're just
float.
light as a feather.
You're just floating.
Like
I wonder how insane that feels.
Which obviously, if you do believe in, we left Earth or we didn't, whatever it is, even if you do not believe that we have left Earth ever, just imagine what it would feel like to be, it doesn't matter how tall you are, it doesn't matter your weight or nothing, but you would hit a certain point where you technically weigh nothing. You just float, doesn't matter. And that
Yeah.
would just blow my mind to be able to do that. Because I know there's like a simulator thing, like it's like you go on a plane and they ascend and then they descend really quick and it gives you the feel of zero gravity. But I just don't think that would be the same. I just
No,
don't.
there's no way. It probably the real thing compared to the simulation probably just feels so like unreal.
Because, I mean, there is obviously cons to it, I mean, you have your muscle mass will deteriorate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really quick because of the fact that something with gravity kind of helps you with that, and no gravity whatsoever can highly affect muscle mass, which, understandable because science, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't get paid for this. But it's just the thought of being able to leave the atmosphere and just see everything at a distance instead of having to see it, through a lens or see it online. You could
Yeah.
technically see it in person in a way. And I feel like that would just blow my mind. Emmy
No, yeah.
nominations.
Yeah. I mean, this was our next topic. I was just letting Nathan go on about whatever he was talking about while I pulled this up, but
I'm just more concerned
apparently
with how
NASA
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 gets
gets
that
2 Emmy nominations
for
for their
2024.
coverage of the solar eclipse last year. Which
I
I
did
mean,
witness that. I did witness that.
I did witness it as well.
I
I even
remember
stared at it without the glasses for while it was in totality
that. I was say
for a couple
I thought you
minutes.
were gonna say without. I was
But
like, you're smart. That's really good for the eyeballs. Please never look at a solar eclipse.
unless it is the right time where it is completely covered
Yes,
and you're allowed,
and
or else you will
please.
go blind.
Oh yeah, like almost instantly. Like not instantly, but it's pretty quick. It's quicker than
Yeah,
if you were just
your
standing
eye.
in the sun.
I mean, your eyes probably will feel like they're on fire too.
Yeah, and also if you're gonna get the glasses to look at a solar eclipse, please do your research. I have seen
Yeah,
so
make
many
sure they're
people on
certified.
TikTok before this happened and during when it happened, and people were saying they almost went blind because they didn't get the right ones. That's why you need to do research because there is knockoff brands that somehow make it into every country
Yeah,
and
which
they
is
don't get hit
crazy.
with nothing. And it's like almost makes you go blind because it is special, like plastic lens stuff. Like you have to have specific stuff for that. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna, I think you actually looked at the solar eclipse with a welder's helmet on. I'm
Yeah,
about
yeah, I've heard
98%
of
sure
people
on
doing
that
that.
one. I know you can do that, but like you can't just go outside right now either and go look at the sun and it be okay.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it's
that's
gonna
not how that
hurt your
works.
eyes,
Oh yes,
obviously.
and you're gonna be like, oh, I can look at it for a couple of seconds. You can, but you're still ruining your vision. You're
Yeah,
not gonna go full blindness, but it does ruin your vision. So don't.
I mean, if you've ever done it before, I mean, I did it when I was a kid before,
Me
just
too.
just because I was
Maybe that's
I
why
was
my
stupid.
vision is so bad.
I mean, mine's probably the same.
It's not as
That's why
bad that I
mine's so
need
bad too.
bifocals, but it's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wear contacts, but I'm not like deep in it,
Yeah, like
to the point of like no return. But I
which
mean, I did do it when I was a kid, and then
my my
you
my
like
absolute
you see
dream
the little
would
bubbles in
be.
your eyes.
Oh yeah, you see, that's actually cells that died and they're getting replaced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's actually crazy
or
to
like
think
if you see
about.
the little weird wormy things and all that, that's actually your cells that died from looking at
Yeah,
something and they're
it's like
repairing
little.
themselves.
You look at the sun for a few seconds, you look back down in like the grass, and you see like little white spots all around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cells. It's kind of crazy that your eyeballs are that like unique. I guess that you're able to see something that tiny. That's a cell.
yeah.
That's insane.
You're able to see your own cells replacing themselves after they die.
Yeah. Which speaking about the whole I think, I mean, there would be a time in my life that hopefully I could just buy LASIK eye surgery, just get 20/20
Mhm.
vision, never have to wear glasses, never have to wear contacts, which
Yeah.
I understand why it's not. I wish insurance would cover it to an extent because it's not like a, $200 thing. It's like you're spending thousands of dollars to get this surgery that's not an inch covered by any insurance, which I understand why, because then everyone on the planet would have 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why would you not want everyone on the planet to have 20/20 vision?
I think maybe insurance should cover it, like, if you genuinely need it.
Yeah, like if
But, like,
your vision
if
is
you're like
so
me,
bad.
just having to wear contacts and, like, you're not even, like it's not even that
Well, yeah,
bad.
because like I could, I mean, I haven't been wearing contacts recently, but like I obviously if I wear contacts, I'm at 20/20. If I'm not
Yeah.
wearing contacts, I mean, I can still see stuff, but if it's like, like the refrigerators have like the temperature or like a time or whatever, I can't see that from, we'll just say like 10 feet away. Like I can see that
Yeah.
it's there, but I can't make out the numbers. So,
Yeah.
but I think some of it should be covered for select people that actually need it.
Yeah.
But you have to, it's
But,
not
like
like you can just apply for it. It's like you have to go to a specific eye doctor, and maybe it's only one in each state. And if they say you're clear for this, they contact your insurance company. It's not the other way around. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I feel like it'd be cool if everyone had 20/20 vision, because there is a lot of, I know we're going way off topic, but it's just, this podcast is the Ramble Room, right? We're rambling.
Yeah.
I feel like if everyone had 20/20 vision, I'm not saying there'd be less car accidents, but I know a lot of people that I've seen, well, not, I don't know them specifically, but I've seen people get in
Well,
car
yeah.
accidents, and it's because, they took glasses off, or they're not wearing contacts, or this, that, the other. And there'd be no excuse. Oh, my vision's bad. How is it bad if everyone has 20/20 vision?
Right.
Just, one of those things.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But,
back to this,
I mean, this is cool.
yeah,
This
back
is
to
cool.
the solar eclipse thing.
Nominated for 2 Emmys.
Does it tell you the two separate ones? Outstanding show open. I think there was one at the. Oh, there's outstanding live news special, and then I guess it's outstanding show open or title
Oh,
sequence
yeah.
news
Yeah,
for the
there you go, the 2
ABC.
nominations.
I mean, that's kind of neat. I mean, how do you even? I mean, let's be honest. How have they not got an award for some kind of thing? Obviously, you can't get one for music. Probably, like you won't be able to get a Grammy because
Yeah.
they don't make music. But like visual stuff, like there's a lot of other rewards out there, and how have they not gotten one? I'm not saying they should get one because
I
maybe
mean,
someone else would made
you would
something
think
better.
that NASA would get, like would have gotten every award in the book already.
Oh yeah, I mean I remember when I was a kid, and I don't know if you had it, Wyatt. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but you would go to the library, and you'd bring
Uh-huh.
a little bit of money, and there's all these things for sale. And I remember buying my first Guinness World Record book. And like the
Yeah.
first thing in there was NASA did something. It was like the whole thing was about NASA. And I was like, dang, they're
I
getting
feel like NASA
everything.
was all over those books.
Oh, 1,000%. They were breaking records every week, apparently. Scientists
I
find
actually have a Guinness World Records book on my
I do not
shelf
know where
behind me.
mine is. I think mine's like the 2012 or 2013 edition. I was
I don't know
young.
what year this one is, but I have one.
Who knows where mine is? Mine could have been
I think it's 2004,
destroyed
I think is
forever
the one
now.
I have.
Scientists find strongest evidence yet of life on distant alien, alien, alien.
No, yeah. This is it. This is it. I mean, no. I mean, they find so many of these, but all you need is that one.
I mean, see, I don't remember the guy's name. If you are watching this podcast because you love space, you probably know who I'm talking about. Um, don't remember his name or anything, but there's a guy talking to another guy, and he was like, "Which one would be more scarier? Living in a world where there's no other life ever, like everyone on this rock right now is the only living thing in the entire universe, or to be scary that there's aliens out there." I would always pick every single time being alone.
Yeah.
Why would you
Because
want to
at
be
least
alone?
if there was aliens, I mean, we don't know anything about them really, but like there's probably a 50-50 chance you could make friends with them.
Yeah, I mean, there is the also thought of if is aliens out there, it could be one of those things that they don't care for us. It's like we're insects in
They're
a way.
so yeah, they're so
There's
far ahead of us
that you
that
know,
yeah,
we'll never be
we
a
don't even
threat.
compare.
We can't be
Yeah,
useful to them, or we're just little insects running around
yeah.
bickering between one another. And they're like, "There's no
It's
point of
just one of
even
those
chilling.
things. Yeah, we'll just leave them alone because I mean
It'd be a waste
we're
of
so
time."
far ahead of them. They're not hurting anybody. We're not hurting them. Like
But I mean, it could also be one of those things that they know we exist and they could be terrified of us because I mean, obviously you got to remember the thought of how light years work. You know, if you're 200 million light years away from Earth and you're looking at us through a telescope, I mean, if you're an alien civilization that most of the movies and TV shows portray them as, being able to make light speed engines. So why would you not have an OP, I mean, telescope, honestly? So if you're
yeah,
looking at us from really far away, we could be in World War II still. It could be dinosaurs. We may not be on the planet yet. You just never know, which is
right.
also kind of a scary thing because that means they're hundreds and millions of light years away and we'll never find them anyway. But it's literally finding a needle in like 15,000 haystacks. It's just impossible.
No, yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's like Velma whenever she loses her glasses, you know? Ah,
I can't. It literally legit can't find them. I
which
mean,
is,
we talked about James Webb earlier,
I don't care what anyone
and
says. Even if you're not interested in space, you gotta admit the James Webb Telescope is the coolest thing that has ever taken pictures of deep space. I remember watching them launch James Webb, and then you could watch it. I mean, you could probably find the video. But you could see all the panels open and all that. I was like, I wish I knew how to make stuff like that. Click of a button, boom, opens. Like how? More importantly, why did you need this? Like, how much money did it cost? Does it actually say that anywhere? Like, are you able to find that? Because I mean, it did
um,
come out pretty recent. Like, it's new. Oh yeah, 21. During the
10
pandemic
billion,
thingy. $10 billion.
$10 billion to develop.
Wait, developed between 2003 and 2021.
So it took them 18 years. It's almost like GTA 6.
Oh god.
I mean, we can watch this video of the launch. It's only a minute and 26 seconds. So,
Yeah, I don't think they copyright. If they do
which I'll,
copyright, this
yeah,
will
I'll
be
skip ahead.
muted and it'll be blackened out. I don't think they'll hit us for
Essentially,
copyright.
let me take it out of full screen. So maybe you know.
Oh yeah.
Where were they launching for this? Oh,
I
French Guiana.
yeah, I would say I know it wasn't. I don't think it was launched in U.S.
US.
It was overseas because NASA has like 15,000
Decollage
locations. It
liftoff
feels
from a
like.
tropical
Yeah.
rainforest to the edge of time itself. James
Yeah,
Webb
because I
begins a
know
voyage
James Webb
back
was
to
sent
the
out
birth
there
of the universe.
to possibly find life, but also
Punching a
possibly
hole
to
through the
find just
clouds, 20
new
seconds
things
into
that
the
we've
flight,
never seen.
good
Because
Yeah,
picture
space
frame.
technology in general.
Hubble is pretty old, so it needed to be updated.
As all things do.
Vehicle performance
But
is
in
nominal.
2060, 2050, they may have to send another one out because they've improved it even more. I mean, you never know.
The Ariane 5 rocket
Yeah,
continues.
or maybe even before that.
Can
to
you
fly uphill in
actually
nominal fashion.
is the James Webb Telescope tracker still up? Is that still a
It might
thing?
be.
I wonder if the James Webb Telescope tracker is still up. Because if you can actually see about how far away from Earth it is. That might be it, yeah. Where's Webb? It is. Oh, how's the temps doing? Oh, it ain't. Oh, dang, man, that is pretty toasty.
Oh, where? Oh, I see.
Where is it even at? Okay, so spacecraft deployment, whatever, mirror alignment. Yeah, I remember coming back every day waiting for them to open something up because it took time for certain things to be opened up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they got like a visual thing. This is crazy.
Oh my
Very
god,
laggy.
it's lagging. It's lagging because there's so many things happening right now.
Laggy.
Where is it? I see the moon in the background.
Yeah, but where is that? Because I've never seen some of that stuff. You have, dude, the website is definitely poorly optimized.
Yeah, we are
We are in slideshow mode.
lagging.
Oh,
For
I
sure,
think
we are
this is a
lagging.
little bit better.
Maybe? I don't know if this is...
It's still a little laggy.
Oh, I think this is it right here. I think this is the telescope.
No
Where my
way.
cursor is. I'm not really for
I
sure.
thought the blue was it. I have no idea.
This is it's very...
It's definitely slideshowy.
I
And
mean,
you can't
I
even.
can't
Oh,
even...
there it goes.
Okay, there it
You
goes.
may
It's
have to
going really
just
slow.
scroll up and not activate this area of the page because you would think it would be, well, more. Oh my god, is it
Actually,
gonna?
the
Oh,
page is
there it
frozen.
goes. There we go. So just don't click on anything, I guess, and just maybe scroll up and see. That's what I'm confused about. Like, it says live May? Wait a minute.
I see Jupiter.
Is it the 11th already? Yeah, it is. It's already midnight. Because I know they sent it, but it's supposed to be for deep space. So like, it's not even in deep space. It's like right outside of our solar system, which some people probably consider deep space. I consider deep space like 50,000 light years away. Oh Lord, is this one laggy?
This one might be more laggy.
Oh my gosh, gonna play a slideshow for us. Let's go, guys. We got a presentation to give you.
Google Slides.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
that one's not even working either.
Go
See if
back
this
to
one will work.
yeah. What
Okay,
the?
that's for the App Store.
Alright, go back and go to that first website and then keep at the top. And then wanted to see if it had no, maybe not. I was trying to see if it just said, how long the distance was from Earth right now, but I am not seeing that anywhere whatsoever. Like, I wish it just told you the distance. Like, yeah, the fancy map thing, cool, whatever. Can you just tell
What if
me?
it's this laggy, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to see any information about it. I mean, you might be able to just search up, how far is James Webb Telescope from Earth as of right now, and it may give you some information. I have no idea.
See, I just went to above the sun. Oh wait, here we go. We might get it. We might get a better one.
We're about to see. We're about to see, baby. While you're doing that, I'll Google on my phone, just see if anybody knows this information. How far is the James Webb from Earth as of today? Let's just see if it gives me any information. Okay. It's about 932,000 miles from Earth as of today, like May 11th, as of today.
Oh, nice.
So almost a million miles from Earth. Let's see where. Let's just see if Google knows where is the James Webb heading. We'll just see. Okay, so Webb launched on December 25th, 2021. It does not orbit around Earth like Hubble space. Well, Hubble kind of does it around Earth, but I think it's a little wonky. The Earth, like the Hubble Space Telescope, it orbits the Sun 1.5. Oh, it's not even there. It says it's going to orbit technically our solar system 1 million miles away. It's not even at a million miles yet. Oh
Nice.
yeah, I remember now. They wanted to get to the L2, the second L2 area. Dang.
Okay, well, from Earth to Neptune, it's 2.83 billion miles. How far? How far was James Webb?
About a million miles away from Earth.
Oh, okay.
So it's. Oh my god.
Oh, it's fairly close.
So
Okay, it's about
it's Yeah, it's about
about 4.5 times away from the, or how as far as it is from the moon.
yeah.
So it's closer to us than Mars is, but it's farther away from us than the moon is.
What was the? Can you look at the? I think it was a telescope. I wanted. I think it was a telescope that turned itself back on. No, that isn't on our list, but I just wanted to touch on that because there was a telescope. Do not remember what it's called. Um, was
Oh, it
it
was
the Hubble back in
turned itself
23?
back on after encountering a problem with its main payload computer in
Oh
June
yeah, I
2023.
remember that. Yeah, when Hubble
Switched
turned
to the
itself
backup
back
computer.
on, I remember that because I think I read about it somewhere. Since Hubble had to use its technically secondary computer, that means Hubble doesn't have much longer to live. Stuff is, I mean, it's not like, Hubble's gonna shut itself off in a year, but it doesn't have, 500,000 more years on it. It doesn't matter if it has solar panels on it or not. The computer systems are so old, technically, that it's eventually just gonna shut itself off and Hubble's done. So maybe that's kind of why they were. I mean, because you think about it, that means Hubble was offline for I don't know how long, but it was off for a little bit. Maybe that's why James Webb was released because
I mean,
of they weren't getting any more space images really. So they release, you know, James Webb, and then all of a sudden Hubble turns back on, and they're like, "Well, we just wasted billions of dollars on this."
I said it wasn't the first time it had a system failure. Been in orbit since 1990 and undergone several upgrades and maintenance missions.
I do know
So,
about that because it gets kind of close, and they just kind of like the space station launches when they just kind of give it, the space station more food and repair
yeah.
stuff, all that. Kind of cool. You know how annoying it would
Yeah.
be to repair James Webb, it being almost a million miles away.
I mean, would be what feels like impossible.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of cool. Yeah, it is back.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking to me about this.
Yeah, this happened today, I think.
Years in orbit. 16 hours ago. Yeah. So this is my
Mission to
thought
Earth
on it.
today, May 10th. Yeah, that was on Saturday. 5 decades it circled the planet. 50 years.
Dang.
Fell into the ocean.
Well, yesterday technically because midnight, but still today for us because we haven't been in bed.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
But when they say failed, does that mean when they launched it and it was up there, it was already useless? Like it was just pretty much junk metal, just trash, just pretty much floating around Earth.
Oh, they sent it to Venus.
Oh,
Launched towards Venus in 1972.
dang! For the next
But a problem with its
53
rocket stranded the
years.
spacecraft in elliptical orbit around Earth.
For the next
So
53
they were
years.
going to send it to Venus, but it had a
Dang.
problem, so it then it just orbited around Earth for a long ass time.
So it's pretty much just junk metal, just chilling.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it finally fell down.
He was like, you know what? I'm ready to come home, bro.
About
I've been
3.5 feet wide and weighs around 1,200 pounds.
about 1,200 pounds, or 495 kilograms.
Hit Earth's surface at about 150 miles per hour.
Not that bad.
No, yeah, not that bad. It's not as, that wasn't going as fast as what I thought it was.
What would have happened if it did make it to Venus?
Would they have been able to see what it was showing? Or is it just one of those things where it's like you just send it there and hope that it gets there, and then later on we can look?
So I wonder if it's also I like how you got the same ad again.
Dude, it's just all over the place,
bro.
I'm just gonna get that off there, and then
yeah,
we can talk a little bit about what we were talking about, and then we can move on to this.
So I would say I don't know if it was Neptune or Venus, but I know NASA has sent stuff like rovers to those planets, and they do not last long at all. Like at all.
No,
Like it's like they're there.
I'm pretty sure Venus is extremely hot too, so I think they just melt.
Neptune or Venus, but like the longest they've ever had one last was like 15 minutes. And so
Yeah,
that's,
I mean, this thing's almost 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
which I think it's Venus that was actually a failed Earth. Which I did read about recently. Venus actually is believed to be, it's either Venus or Neptune. One of them was believed to be Earth-like. And yeah, see, scientists made the
New
case for how
simulation study.
ancient Venus could have once supported life alongside oceans of liquid water. But the confusing thing is scientists can't figure out, because if it was like that,
What actually happened to it?
how did it turn out the way it did?
Look at that.
Yeah, it was pretty much like, like the saying, like
Earth,
the
but the land is
ozone
red.
thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And it was pretty much like it went to extreme conditions, and like within a couple of years, all water was just gone. And then it just had these giant storms happen, and it just pretty much made it a giant layer of dust as its atmosphere. And it's kind of crazy to think about, because
What if Venus was like Earth a long time ago, and then global warming happened on Venus, and then that's what happened to it?
I will say this. Now, this is not to be religious or anything. I've seen the idea of it, and it would be kind of interesting. You would never know. You know how dinosaurs died from a meteor like the size of a
Yeah.
football field. A lot of people thought it was Lucifer and all that. So like, honestly, if you have theories about anything, just put them in the comments. Because honestly, theories when it comes to space, I'm a space nerd. I love anything space.
I love theories also.
Theory, especially when it comes to space, because there's so many of them. So like, if you are still listening to this podcast, and if you are, follow us and subscribe. We're locked in. We're gonna make all this kind of content. We got you guys. So
And we love doing it too.
yeah, it's pretty fun. Chill, laid back, just talking to one another. But so like, if you have any theory, it don't have to be space related. Just any theories about whatever, just tell us about them. I mean, I love hearing theories, even if they're kind of like far left field. It's like there's still a chance that theory could happen or has happened. You never know. It's kind of interesting. But next on the chopping block.
I mean, if you guys watched our last podcast, we talked about India and Pakistan
And that,
declaring war on each other.
Yeah, that could have been really bad if certain weapons were used.
And now it seems like they changed their mind, and they don't want to take that route anymore. And apparently they have a ceasefire now. But I think the throwing around the word
About, boom, boom, boom.
yeah, kind of made everybody like yeah, we got to watch this.
Yeah, kind of like on the edge of your seat, biting your fingernails like it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
This is
But I mean,
my
it
thought
says
on it.
The U.S. had a part in it, which
Sounds about right.
but-
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying
But,
to
you
toot
know,
our
you never know.
horn. We do have one of the, the strongest militaries in the world, which we could also make. If you want to hear military stuff, I can talk about military weapons for 15 hours, right? If you want a podcast about military stuff, I will make Wyatt sit down and talk about military weapons. I do not care. There's a new jet coming out. I mean, it's just... a new C-17 came out. It's beautiful.
I think anything's fun to talk about, really, if you know what you're talking about.
I love military, like, new weapons when they come out with stuff, and space is addicting to listen and watch stuff about and know more about. I don't know if did we cover about the new Pope? He's from Chicago, from the U.S.
We didn't, because when that podcast came out, they had not decided.
Yeah, and then like the next day. So yeah, we'll just touch on that.
Yeah, it was literally the next day.
I think it was like the very first or second podcast we talked about the Pope. They had black smoke.
Yeah.
Means they didn't have one yet. And then literally the day after that podcast, I think, was released, or the day the podcast was released, they did find a Pope. He's from Chicago. Don't remember his name. Don't remember his age. I know he's young. I think he's in his like 50s or 40s.
Prevost?
Yeah.
I think he's actually older than that. I think he's 69. Literally 69 years old.
Sorry, we're children at heart. We can't help it.
I mean,
That's
just
not a
a
bad
funny
thing.
word.
I also
funny thing.
think you should always. I know we're getting off topic again. I think you should always be a child at heart. Life is too short for this. Live your
No,
life.
yeah,
Have fun.
absolutely, absolutely.
Just don't do nothing illegal. Or let's phrase that. Don't do
But
nothing too illegal.
this is the first pope that's been born in the U.S. He's the first American pope. So I
And,
mean, that's kind of cool.
and it's the first American pope in history, right?
Yeah, like first American pope ever.
It's kind
I
of.
mean, that's
See, follow your dreams. Nothing's impossible.
which I did read that he hasn't lived in the U.S. for a while. He's been living in Peru, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I seen it
But
closer to the top, like right below the picture. It said Peru.
oh yeah, he's talking about Peru more.
In fact, he
But
became a Peru. I'm not even trying saying that citizen. A Peru citizen. Okay, Canadian Cardinal Michael Cerny. Cezerny. I don't know.
yeah,
Who studied in Chicago, said in an interview Friday.
but yeah, it's like
200,000 young Catholics a day. Oh my, that's a lot of people.
that is a lot of people. You know what? I wonder how many people were there.
My guess is 500,000. My guess is
500,000.
half
I'm
a
gonna
million.
guess.
Make sure you put 2025 at the end of it.
I'm gonna say 750,000.
750,000. And
Okay, well it's
45. We were
45.
way
I guess it probably was a small place.
I mean, I would always like to go there just to see the building. Like, I know
Yeah,
the
I think
building
the architecture is cool.
massive. I always like older architecture. Like, if you go look at Romans, if you go look at, Egyptian, all that, like, there's so many little details. I don't remember what it's called. You know, the room you walk in, I think it's a church. You walk in it and you look up, and there's just those paintings and all that. It is one of the most beautiful things ever. Kind of cool.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, back
Yeah.
on this subject, I guess. Had a ceasefire, and I think you're the one that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said that they
Literally,
actually
like, the
started
same-
blaming one another.
the same day, or it was like the day after, one of the two, they literally just accused each other of breaking the ceasefire.
Which is,
Oh, it says hours, so I mean, within 24 hours
literally,
them agreeing.
they signed it, and before a day even hit, they started accusing one another of breaking the ceasefire. Can we just like go back, or make a new way of, just do like thumb wars to just end conflicts, Just like
yeah, because
all
I feel
skill.
like, I mean, all it takes is one bad apple,
and
to-
that is true.
to quote unquote agree and then not agree.
'Cause
Have their fingers crossed behind their back or something when they sign it.
Yep.
And then they just don't care. They just keep on doing whatever they want to do.
And I think that's the
Which-
problem. Is like everyone. I'm not saying everyone, but I feel like some countries and all that just want attention. Like they're not even
Yeah.
doing it to get gain anything from it. They just want attention. It's like, why? It's just useless.
I mean, who really knows who did what? It's more of he said, or he said, she said.
Yeah.
But maybe neither of them broke the ceasefire.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just, blaming each other for no reason.
I mean, it could be a T word, I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying. I don't know how to explain it. People, foreign and domestic, if you're from the US, you know what I'm talking about. Those type of people.
Yeah.
Um,
Someone comes from out of your country and then causes some casualties in your
bad
home
things to
country.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah. But it could have been one of those, or they could have actually just broke it. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
maybe
really
they both
knows?
broke it and they started pointing at pretty much themselves, because if they
Exactly.
both broke it, then it's like that cringy saying teachers would say, you're pointing at people and you got 4 more pointing at you.
Yeah. He started it. He did it first.
You did it first. But I don't know. I think
I don't
then
know. I
it's
think
the same thing with the Ukraine issue and, the other
they're just
country
fighting
that
for no
can't
reason,
say.
really.
Yeah, it's like, I understand you're like the leader of these people and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Yellowstone. But it's like, why? This one,
Yeah.
though, is insane. Ukraine and its allies push for a 30-day
Yeah.
ceasefire starting Monday.
Which there's no telling how long this is actually going to last. Before Monday even gets here, they might just disagree to this,
Yeah,
you
and it
know.
just never will happen. Because
But
Monday is, I mean, quite literally right around the corner. I mean, it's literally less than 24 hours as we speak. As you're seeing this video, it either didn't happen or did happen because this comes out tomorrow on Monday, May 12th. So if
yeah,
you're seeing this
which
the day of, obviously something could change, something could not change, but I I don't see the other country in this conflict agreeing to it because he's just words that I cannot say on YouTube.
yeah. Will they
But
actually agree, or will they just go back to doing what they were doing?
probably back to what they were doing. Whatever was happening before.
I mean,
They
apparently
probably
there's over 30 countries who've pledged to strengthen Ukraine.
Well, the reason why is because the other guy is, we'll just say, being he's being extra with it. We'll just say
Yeah.
it that way. He's being,
I think he's the one that's trying to start the ceasefires to begin with, and then he just turns around and says, "Oh yeah, never mind.
yeah, you're just
Follow
a
it anyway."
coward, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. There's no point in doing this.
That's why he's taking so long, is because he's not going to follow it anyway.
And
So I'm just gonna bomb him first.
literally, because I think the problem with this war is there's one person that doesn't want any harm to come to the people in his country. And then this other person, again, his name will not be stated on here, or the country, he's just like, I have the people to spare. And
Yeah. And I want that land.
it's just in the simplest term, it's the dickish thing you could ever do to your country.
Yeah.
People aren't living in your country because they want to or, whatever. It's more of like they probably have to. There's no getting out. And you just feeding them to the sharks pretty much is just a really,
my
really
thing is
easy way to
like,
make your people dislike you highly.
my thing is like, why do you need that space?
What are you going to do with it? You see how big your country already is? Why do you need it?
Their country is huge. Why do they need more?
I think it's actually considered bigger than the U.S.
I think so.
No.
Which, I mean, I guess like there's a lot of it that's like snow and ice, but like still, why do you need more?
I wonder. You can't Google the size comparison because I don't know if you can even show the word on YouTube. Is the U.S. bigger or smaller than this country? Let's see. It is. It is actually larger than the United States. It has the largest country by area. The U.S. is the third largest. I think Canada's up there, but Canada's a lot of mushy land, a lot of not swamps, but it's like just a bunch of water with land here and there, and you can't really use it to build anything on, so it's useless. But not necessarily useless.
I mean,
but just
the thing is, will this last? I don't know, because I feel like I've heard them talk about this so many different times now.
Yeah, and then it lasts like
and it
2
just
days,
never works.
and then it just falls apart.
If that, sometimes it doesn't even last a day.
Because I mean, it'd be smart to. It'd actually be just smarter to end the war. It's just wasted time and energy and resources and
people.
Yeah, ruining people's lives because of this issue and all that.
I mean, there's some people that's never going to recover.
And I will say, everything I have seen, Ukraine is whooping ass. Because this other country, again, won't be stated, their military equipment is just so far behind that I'm surprised they haven't given up on it already. Because they're just getting whooped. It's just...
Well, the thing is, neither side wants to lose, so they're just going to keep on fighting.
But I think it also helped because I know the U.S. has sent billions, which won't get into that, just billions of military equipment, whether it be tanks, helicopters, missiles, drones, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, if you go look at our stuff compared to this country that won't be named, they're like generations behind the US. And so it's just they can't keep up, which America, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they need to just end it now. It's not that big of
Yeah.
a deal. It's not even
I
that much
think the
land.
fighting isn't even worth it.
Like at the beginning, it would have made sense if some agreement or treaty was broken, but it was over land that you have plenty of. You have a plentiful amount of this land. You do not need the X amount of acres or miles of land that they were going to give you. It's just useless.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
I mean, what are they going to do with it now? Half of it's probably destroyed.
Yeah, it's going to be really unlevel.
I mean, you're going to spend more time leveling than what you did fighting.
Yeah. Like, it's just going to be impossible. I think
But yeah, I think it's pointless to keep fighting. Really,
1,000% pointless.
I think it should have stopped a long time ago.
Is that already the end? We already got to the end?
Yep, that was our last topic right there.
Wow. Don't know how long this podcast is because I'm on one monitor, so I'm hoping it's a decent amount of time. I don't want it to be short.
I kind of looked at it, I kind of guessed it on my phone. I'd assume it should be close to an hour and a half, I think.
Okay, that I'm not against. Like I said, I want these podcasts to
Maybe
be
an hour,
a
hour 10,
minimum
hour.
of an hour. If I hit
Yeah.
an hour exactly and that's the end, I'm not against it. I just want it
Yeah.
to be not super, super short. I don't want it to be like 20, 30 minutes. That's not a podcast. It's just video at that point. So
Yeah, it's just a video of you talking.
just a video about us yapping about stuff. But I think, yeah, that's going to do it for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
So if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn post notifications on so you never miss a podcast episode. Again, we upload on Mondays and Fridays. Leave a like on this
At
podcast.
12 p.m. Central,
Yep,
1 Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know the translation. All I know is 12 p.m. Central Time.
Yep.
So if you are trying to figure out your time, just do 12 p.m. Central to where, Eastern, Pacific Standard, whatever, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Leave a like on this podcast if this is either your second time or your first time here. Hope you did enjoy your stay. If you're on Spotify, don't think I've ever said it besides the beginning of this video. Rate us. Give us the 5 stars.
Yeah.
Let us know you care about our podcast. Also follow us on Spotify.
If you think it's bad, I guess I prefer you to not give us a 1 star, but
I'd prefer not to get a 1-star review.
maybe not give us a 1 star, but come to YouTube and tell us what we should do better.
Yeah. Just give us some tips on, come to YouTube and give us a little bit of
Constructive
tips.
criticism is better than just trashing.
Also comment anything you want us to talk about, rather it be just ourselves, if you want to know more about us, whatever, if you want more space, if you want military stuff, you want how Lay's potato chips became a thing, I don't know. I mean, you just tell us.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Gaming, entertainment.
I mean, it's just, you can tell us what to do, all right?
Yeah.
You just tell us what to do.
And we will do it.
But
we'll incorporate it somehow.
Yeah, we'll add it in the videos /podcast /Spotify audio.
Whatever.
Yeah, hope y'all did enjoy. Other than that, see you on the next one.